because he's not 100%.
Joe Crawford tosses, Dampier controls, and we are underway at Staples Centers. The Mavericks have the basketball. It's good to have you with us on FSN West. Only 7th. This is the last of a 5-game homestand.
So far, the Lakers are at least switching moves across size-wise.
Jason Kidd at the end of the shot clock, inside of 5 of the shot clock, and with the first deuce of the game.
And he's one of those shooters where if he makes his first couple, then obviously he gets a lot more confidence. And if he misses them, you can start sagging off of him.
Now Gasol up against Dampier. Kobe for 3. Wasn't challenged on the shot, almost like a set shot, and he gives the Lakers the early lead.
His hands involved and picks up his first foul. That's a tough matchup.
Howard denied. Good help defense, and Radmanovic took it away from behind.
Right into a crowd.
Kobe back-to-back to start. Line drives it home. Couple of three-pointers, 6-2.
But I said it on the pregame that he had to be aggressive to start. And Jason Kidd's going to keep backing up. He's going to keep shooting the ball.
Nowitzki. Rebound right back to Dampier. He'll go to the line looking for the three-point play on the reach. So he had the inside position on Pau Gasol, and the foul on Derek Fisher.
Well, weak foul. If you're going to foul him there, you have to make sure you wrap him up. Offensive rebound, then just a reach foul. 3-point opportunity.
Around the rim like you mentioned. So the opening 2 minutes of play.
They have him out there primarily because they hope he's a shot blocker.
Great pass. Pau Gasol had 7 assists last game. Stu gets a good one there.
When you've got a guy like Pau in the middle that passes that well, you know, if all I have to do is keep moving. Don't stand around and be a spectator.
Jason Kidd.
And this is where Jason Kidd is at his best, when they can get rebounds and pushes. Because in the open court, he's still one of the very best.
On the screen. Kidd had the layup. Instead, it's a 3 for Jason Terry. And a 1-point lead for Dallas at 9-8 as the Mavericks have started 4 of 5.
A 3 instead of 2.
Gasol, a lot of contact. Will he get the roll? No. And Nowitzki gets the board. Always looking ahead. Jason Kidd gets him into the offense early. And 2 good look for Dirk Nowitzki. It's a 3-point lead now for the Dallas Mavericks as they come out hot. 5 of 6. Lakers 3 of 5.
Got ISO on the wing here. Now he's just waiting to see where that double team comes from.
Gasol over Dampier. So that stops a 7-0 run by Dallas. Not a lot of defense early. Nowitzki free on the wing.
His
his
ankle might not be 100%, but there's nothing wrong with his arm.
His shot looked on as their defense under Avery Johnson. 6th best in the NBA, fewest points allowed, 95.5 a game. 4th in field goal percentage defense, and 4th as well in 3-point field goal percentage defense. Lamar, take advantage of Dirk Nowitzki, and you will.
Well, anything lateral, you should have an advantage because that's where the ankle will give him the most problems if it's still sore. Lateral movement, not straight lines, but any kind of cutting and torquing.
So 4 of the 5 starters on the board for the Lakers. That was a good challenge by Radmanovic, but Josh Howard got it anyway.
That's where if you're the coach, you just tell Radmanovic, don't worry about that. That was a good shot for Lamar Odom.
Gasol off balance, and with the left hand, that close.
Yeah, he's got
it's like a layup.
Boy, he's got a sweet left.
15-14.
See what he can do about helping them down the stretch because he's a quality player.
Former Laker first-round pick, 10th overall back in 1994. In transition,
See what that early offense gets you?
Yep.
And that's all because Jason Kidd picks it up. I wouldn't pick Jason Kidd up full court. I just would try to limit the amount of space he has.
Take a chance up against Lamar. It was early in the shot clock. And Kidd all the way to the layup, blown it. Dampier follows. So the Lakers, again, and we talked about it, they gave up 31 against the Blazers in the first 12, and then they settled down defensively. Only allowed 91 for the game.
It's like getting acquainted with one another defensively, learning to communicate, talk to each other.
Pau Gasol over Dampier. So he's got a half dozen.
And that's where he's going to be most effective against Dampier, is just stepping away from the basket and then making him close and then going by him. But always trying to back him in plays into Dampier's hands.
What a hot start. Dallas Mavericks. How hot? No, how about 71.5%, 10 of 14. That's 9 now.
Average trying to ISO Radmanovic.
And again,
defense.
You couldn't ask for more.
I mean, the guy's out there on that island by himself against a very talented player.
Fish leaving it off for Pau Gasol. And Gasol, as Kobe keeps it alive. Bigger men, Lamar right back at it. And Lamar gets a roll. Kobe kept it alive. Lamar stayed at home. Lakers back within one, and that's 4 early for LO.
Lamar finished it off.
Jason Terry real hot in the second game, but Lamar's length had something to do with that miss. And, well, make it 1 free throw. Instead of just holding the guy down, he got it away, and Dampier, another opportunity for a 3-point play. Kobe up against Eddie Jones. Good position for Gasol. What a start for Pau Gasol. 4 of 6, and Pau's got 8. That's deal for the Dallas Mavericks. That's 22 games ago.
And he can shoot the ball from the perimeter, so now Pau is going to have to step out on the floor defensively.
Lamar trying to take advantage of Nowitzki and gets to the rim again. Ties it at 24, half dozen. That's a matchup the Lakers should be able to exploit.
A secondary defender there. I think it should be better served to run little ISOs on the wing.
Now the mismatch the other way. Lou free for a long. Well, they put the hand up. I thought he stepped on the line, but they'll give him a 3. It's a 27-24 lead. This Ty Lue. He gets the 3-pointer. Now Gasol against a smaller man. And it barely got there. Saved by Kobe. Now, did it graze the rim?
No.
Okay, where's an air ball? Lamar on the dive, and Lamar off the glass. Quick hit, 27-26. And Lamar's got 8 already.
What a nice cut by Lamar.
They wanted an extra step courtside. They didn't get it. And the Lakers look for the lead. So 2:45 to play in the first 12. Little slip screen action. Lamar leaves it off. What passing? Pau on the slam, and the Lakers by 1.
Well, that's just, I mean, when you got bigs that can shovel the ball that way, you've got something special. As the Jason Terry says, let's talk this over. Avery Johnson on the sideline saying, yeah, we got to do something about this sleight of hand trick. He loves to give it up. Kobe showing he gives it up, and Pau showing that he knows how to finish. Get other people involved and makes the extra pass, but when you're open like that, take it.
So Farmar and Ronnie Turiaf joining five-some on the floor for the Lakers for the first time. Final 2 minutes of a very entertaining start tonight. Nowitzki, that's his shot to fall away. And when the guy's close to 7 feet and he's falling away, trying to block it. Everybody. Final 35 seconds. So for the Lakers, it's their 4th turnover. Ty Lue, the speed, and the teardrop, and a 2-point lead for Dallas.
Yeah, you can't let Ty beat you off the dribble like that, though.
San Antonio lost tonight. They are now 52-24. Win tonight, the Lakers, the same record. Kobe up against Nowitzki. That's easy. 6.2 to play. That's the only negative. They'll get another shot, but Kobe will get 2 free throws. Kobe gets both free throws. He was 12 of 13 at the stripe last game. And foul to give. They used it at the half-court line with 2.6 to play.
I would have waited a little while longer before you take that foul. Now with 2.6, they've got time.
And Farmar sends him to the free throw line. Wow. Why would you foul 60 feet from the basket? That's frustration.
Well, I think he tried to hold up. His momentum was carrying him. He was trying to go for the steal. You know, once you have them passing the ball away from your basket, you don't really want to go for the steal there.
Another free throw.
Now they're going to try to bracket Kobe as he missed 2 of them.
And Farmar will get it. Won't get it off in time, but the Lakers go to the break. Even at 31.
So they gave up 31 in the first quarter a game or so ago, and then they tightened the defensive screws. They're going to have to do that same thing tonight, or it could be a high-scoring affair. And you don't want to win a high-scoring affair. You want to let your defense take over, and that's what it's going to take to beat the Mavs.
And Andrew and Kobe and Lamar all play together is a very exciting one.
We'll start the second quarter as Pau gets another assist.
Yes.
Beautiful lead for Jordan Farmar. And you talk up the excitement, both worn it out.
Oh, yeah, Kenny Dorham, una mas, baby.
I love it.
Yeah.
We talked about, beforehand, we were talking about Blue Mitchell and Woody Shaw and some of the great guys like Kenny Dorham and Clifford Brown and some of the old guys from the 50s.
Yeah, well, those guys are, you know, they're really the great virtuosos, great, some of the greatest contributors to...
Gillespie, Sweets Edison, Roy Eldridge. We not getting ahead of ourselves.
Oh, well, that's what I'm hoping for, but, you know, we got to stay in the moment here. God, come on, Jordan. Oh. Oh.
So you're going to be with us now. The tour is over, or you're not going on tour, so you can watch the playoffs.
Yeah. No, I'm just home. I'm just home watching the game, being a dad, recording a lot of music at home, and.
Lakers. I think Sasha knows that, though.
Yeah.
No, they won't get it off. Yes, they will.
Oh.
As Dampier comes down to the board.
Kidd.
Yep, Jason Kidd.
Yeah.
They had the floor covered. That's 4 points for Jason Kidd. We really appreciate your taking the time, and hopefully we can do this again.
Oh, that'd be great. Thanks. I'm really honored to be a part of it, you guys. Go Lakers.
Thank you again, Clay.
All right, take care.
All right. Very talented guy. The Red Hot Chili Peppers, as the Lakers are quickly down by 5, 38-33. And Stu, you and I talked about this earlier. When Jason Kidd is off the floor, there's such a different method of operation for the Dallas Mavericks.
Well, they don't run. They have to play a half-court game. And with Jason Kidd, you take advantage of his major strength. You've got to push the tempo some, and that's what he does.
Well, the Lakers have started the second 12. 1 for 5 early entry, and a couple of free throws, and a flagrant. Gasol called for a flagrant. Boy, that's a shocker.
I tell you something right now. They've taken the flagrant rule a little bit far, a little bit too far. Powell gets faked out of position, and as he comes down, yeah, he swings across. But and the rules say, when they brought the flagrant in, they said anything up around the head area, they were going to rule as a flagrant. Time's going off the shot clock, then they get forced into taking something just to beat it.
Radmanovic tapped it with nobody around him.
Early offense again by the miss and the quick push. Jason Kidd is wide open.
They found him. Triple for Jason Kidd. 10-point lead now for the Dallas Mavericks. That's a 12-0 run. Radmanovic, difficult shot. Off balance, a little floater. Now Kidd again. And Howard with the layup. That's 12, make it now 14 consecutive for the Dallas Mavericks. Regulation. Lakers won that 108-104. So they've all been down to the wire. Even when the Lakers didn't play well there, they only lost by 7. Nowitzki over Gasol. And it's back to a 14-point lead at 49-35. Gasol with Radmanovic. Well, they don't match up inside with the Lakers right now. There's no question about that.
But again, the Lakers have to learn how to take advantage of that.
Now, can they get some stops here? Still 60% shooting for the Dallas Mavericks. And Dirk Nowitzki, if he's got the space, well, he's well inside the arc. He's going to keep going until he misses. That's 10 right now.
He can pay on this end because he is stepping out, making Powell come away from the basket. If you don't make him pay on this end, they're just going to continue to go with that matchup. See? That's what you have to do.
Victimize him at the defensive end.
Yeah.
51-39.
Because
little pick and roll game as Lamar recovers. So the switch with Lamar on Nowitzki.
it's a travel.
Fall away. So Nowitzki with 3 consecutive buckets. He's got a dozen. Sees to with Jason Kidd.
Lakers have to find a rhythm in this game. They've been outscored in this quarter 22-8. Now make it 10.
Kobe. He stayed there right around the rim on the miss by Pau Gasol. So now 3 Lakers starters in double figures. Kobe can't make it some stops. 62% shooting so far.
See, but now it forces Powell to play Devean George.
Goes right around him. Slams it home. Devin can still get up there. And in short quarters. 55-41. Break for the Lakers. Lamar Odom. Right past Nowitzki, and he'll go to the line looking for the 3-point play. Dirk gets his second foul. That's big.
Now, Lakers going to have to make a decision here of how they want to defend on the other end. He's right back to pick and roll, and then they'll isolate.
And will it be saved? Yep, by Terry. Close to the sideline. Somebody help. Nobody. So Lamar was worried about the pass. Nobody closed on Terry. That's
Amazing.
11 for Jason Terry.
You have to make. When you get the open looks, you got to make.
Jason Terry long, and Kobe slipping in. A good balancing act. He almost picked it up. Now Lamar, nobody stops the ball. Go to the line again, Elo. Little hesitation, the reach, and the opportunity. Another three-point play.
And because of that breakdown defensively, it kind of helps the Lakers because that brings Eric Dampier back into the game because Avery Johnson not happy about the penetration that the Lakers have been able to get right now. So that brings, as I said, Eric Dampier back, but that helps Pau Gasol, so now he can match up better with Eric Dampier. 6 out of 6.
Good stroke. Only one miss at the free throw line in 6 attempts now.
And so even though it's hitting some dry spells, it's not the problem. This is the end of the floor that has created the issue.
Yeah, Josh Howard had to change it to get it over Gasol, but right at the free throw line, that's 13 for Josh Howard.
That's not a bad spot to look on the box, not around the perimeter, not off the dribble.
Kobe losing Devean George. It'll be Fish in the corner. They needed it. Lakers back within 11. It'll be Radmanovic straight away. Ronnie's missed 3 of those now.
Okay,
and good looks.
But when you've missed 3 and you've got another guy on the side of you that hasn't missed, that's when you make the extra pass.
Jason Kidd burns him. It's back to a dozen. That really hurts after a great look. The Mavericks will get the last shot. And Gasol hits, and he does. And the final shot for Dallas and Jason Kidd. They brought Brandon Bass on the floor for the first time as they'll spread the floor.
Look at this.
Yeah, left him open. Kidd. Good close. I thought he avoided the contact he could have created.
He let Derek fly by. You should make Derek be a shot blocker there. If he's going to block that one, so be it.
So the Lakers giving up too many points, yet they're only down by 10 at the break, 64-54. Let's head to the Jack of the Box halftime report now and join Patrick O'Neal. The offense, and that's the MO of Jason Kidd.
Now they've got the switch. So that puts Jason Terry on Powell, and he pulls up pretty easy.
That's his game. He's a jump shooter, and it's a 12-point game. And, well, that may be the quickest time out this season for Phil Jackson, 27 seconds in.
Well, and that's what you have to do to send your message. You want to make sure you get your message across.
Big hurry. And he met him out on the floor. Now the Lakers, opening minute of the second half. And Lamar finding Radmanovic. Another good look. And Lamar right back at it each year. Dampier was behind him. That's 19 for Lamar as it's back to 10.
There, because as soon as he double-teamed, Lamar had a layup.
12 on the shot clock on the inbound set for the Lakers. And over Dampier, Pau Gasol, good stroke.
Yeah, that's really what Powell wants. And he can do that. Opportunity there. Now they're up against the clock.
Terry sees it, so the long three. Didn't even get the rim. Lakers get the ball anyway. So they get the stop. That's the start. Pick and roll game. Kobe. And with the finger roll. Ridden by Jason Kidd. And Avery Johnson wants a timeout.
Oh, boy, I tell you something. You talk about reading the defense. Kobe read that one to perfection. He's saying, okay, Eric Dampier, when are you going to come over and take the ball out of my hands? Well, you're not? Okay, I'll just continue on and score easily.
Was an emergency.
Maybe he just had to go to the library.
I was waiting for that emergency. The reading room. It'll be set up for Devean George. Good close and a block for Lamar Odom. So the Lakers back-to-back stops.
That's the first time you said that this game.
You never listen to me. Why are you going to start now?
I hear you.
Beautiful no. Look, Lamar on the slam. Gasol with the pass.
Well, it starts on the other end. They're getting opportunities now on the offensive end because they picked up their intensity defensively, and they've got to do that for the rest of this game and every game they play.
In recent years.
I mean, that guy has a certain feel for the game.
Kobe all the way to the hole.
There's another pass. Just a drop-off bounce pass on the back door.
8-0 run for the Lakers, 68-64 Dallas.
You think the Lakers have won the first 5 minutes?
Yeah.
So far?
Making a statement early. It's got to continue, though, at this end of the floor. Howard with traffic. Devean George avoiding the contact. Got the easy one. So Devean George with a prudent play into the middle.
On the flyby, gave him the advantage that he needed.
Here's Lamar, is now 8 of 9. Terry protected it, but didn't finish it. Lamar almost hit the checkoff. Balance stripped up. Kobe. 15-footer, free throw line, 4-point game. Nowitzki is back for the Mavericks, and I think he went to the reunion.
Well, I think he went to get an elbow pad. He was flexing that arm, and now he's got a bandage or a pad on it.
Josh Howard will go to the line. He's got a 3-point chance. So a little scoop, maneuver, and a nice weave by a very, very talented young man in Josh Howard. Nowitzki finding Howard. Breakdown defensively. Took a while for him to run because he was 30 feet from the basket.
One of the first things you like to teach an offensive player is when the guy that's guarding you turns his head to look at the ball, you cut.
It was fouled. It's a 7-point game and an opportunity for more. Fish pops it up into the air. What a save by Garrett. Lakers with numbers. Kobe finds foul. 74-69, 5-point game again.
Kobe won't get Garrett won't get any credit for that play, but he's the one that made it happen.
The third, brand new ball game for the Lakers. There's a lot of spring, a lot of energy to their step at both ends of the floor.
You know he wants the jumper foul.
Mark came over. Still, Nowitzki creating around the rim, and that's not something you see very often from Dirk.
No.
Shot clock. Here comes a quick double on Kobe. He saw the clock. Can't get the deuce. So 5 minutes to play. So the Lakers get within 5. There's the early offense that they look for. They will get it from Dirk Nowitzki. Jason Kidd on the assist. He's always got an eye up the floor.
Just like that, back to 9. Lakers made a push. So far, the Mavericks have answered.
And Devean George jumped the pass. Jason Kidd rather jumping the pass. And the Lakers didn't have floor balance defensively. Easy one. It's back to 11.
Well, it's not the floor balance. It's just that after the ball was loose, nobody hustled back. Everybody just stood for a moment. You can't stand. You've got to make that first step very, very quick, very decisive, like Phil Jackson did when he got up for this timeout.
Beat San Antonio. So with a win tonight, the Lakers would be dead even with San Antonio. Identical records of 52 and 24. Phoenix Suns at home of this Lakers season. The development, the growth of the guys off the bench. Out of the timeout, Lamar. Nice. Unbelievable. Wraparound, finds Powell for the dunk. Wow.
Lamar. See the belly. Give him a half step so that you can keep him in front of you. When you belly to belly him, he spins on you.
Nowitzki on the run. Back to 11. So it continues 18. Man, Dallas is shooting 58%. Lakers 51%. Gasol with Nowitzki on his back. Getting close with the left hand. Got that one down, 82-73.
And I would come back to that play just about every slow trip down, as long as Dirk is going to guard Powell. Should have been looking at the clock. See, they're face guarding Kobe, so you got him set up for a back door.
Over Devean George. Kobe rattles it home for 3. 82-76. That's 20 for Kobe. So 3 Lakers starters have 20 or more. Deep into the shot clock. Lou going up with a long 2. Right off the bench. Took him a long time. 2.5 left. 7 off the bench for Ty Lue, the former Laker. 276. Sasha, quick release 3. Yes, and he's hit by Jason Terry.
Well, you can release it like that when you're a right-hander coming to your left, because you don't have to square up your shoulders to right. Sasha's coming off, and look at that catch, elevate, gets hit on the arm, nice follow-through, and 1. So a 4-point opportunity here, just what the Lakers needed.
He capitalizes. Back to 6. Minute 20 left in the third. Sasha coming over to help out. Shot clock coming down on Ty Lue. And on the crossover, loses Farmar. He's got running with the foul and free throws coming up. So they had a couple of looks at it. Held on to a long possession.
A nice move by Ty Lue, though. Boy, the crossover. Jordan Farmar is going east, and all of a sudden, Lue's going west. Then the foul, so free throws coming to Ty Lue.
They made an offer to Ty Lue, but he ended up signing with Dallas. And he is 1 for 4 at the free throw line. Now can the Lakers get a stop?
Well, 87 after 3. That tells you what the defense has been doing.
That'll do it. And the Lakers win the quarter by 3. They'll take it.
They need to win the quarter by more than 3. They're heading into the 4th, and they're down by 7. They've got to get the job done and get it done now.
Ty Lue with a decision to be made, and it's over Lamar. Well, Ira Noble rips it down. As Josh Howard thought he was going to get another second chance. Farmar wide open. Jordan's got it. Lakers are back within 4.
But you see what that was? Just an early offense shot. The defense wasn't set. Nobody in front of Jordan, and he had an open look for the officials.
The Lakers with 2 team fouls already in a minute of play here in the 4th. Kidd, Nowitzki, and Nowitzki, the easy dunk, a breakdown defensively.
Can't switch big little. You can.
Odom. Break. Not really. Sasha lost the handle. Jason Terry cruises home with a slam.
That's the way you finish.
91-83 in points off a turnover. That's 14-10 in that category by the Mavericks.
Yeah, but they keep shooting themselves in the foot.
Sasha bangs it hard off the heel. It'll stay.
Oh, did it look like his foot was on the line?
They'll give him a triple. 91-86. Farmar, nobody stopped him on the baseline. And free throws coming up. Eric Dampier has just picked up his 4th.
That's what happens with dribble penetration.
So Walton finally back in. Eddie Jones and throws it away. On the run out, Luke Walton up against Devean George, protects it well. Down to a deuce, 91-89.
That was a nice job by Luke. Of one jumping off of 2 feet, but making sure his body kept Devean George away from making a play.
He's out there a lot more. You know, the stops continue at 3. Yes. Dirk Nowitzki, quick catch and shoot. That quiets it momentarily. It stops a 6-0 Laker run. That's thought about the dribble penetration. Now, inside of 10 of the shot clock. Good spacing. With Farmar get inside. Leaves it off to Lamar. Yes! They're going to the rim, 94-91.
Nice play by George. Created an opportunity for Lamar just to get an easy one. Hones in a little bit defensively.
The seal for Roning up against the smarter man, Devean George. Thought he turned on it. Instead, deep 3. Right back out, though, and a second chance for the Lakers.
Don't get happy with that 3 ball, though.
Lamar working against his former teammate. Little jump hook. Yes! He had the position, he had the size. 1-point Dallas lead. Timeout.
Well, that got Avery a little excited. He wasn't even on the bench. He just made sure he got on the floor to get that timeout. The crowd here at Staples is really into it now as the Lakers trying to make their final push. 7:39 to go in the 4th, and the score now 94-93. Yeah, Dirk's knocking down 3s and 2s and everything else, but the Lakers not to be deterred.
Nowitzki on the run. Too easy, and he gets it. Boy, a big guy, 7-footer from outside the arc.
From the Staples Center's mark to the basket without a secondary defender.
4 assists. Kobe threw the double, and he's got Lamar waiting. Lamar got the foul from Dampier. They wanted to clear out. They won't get it. Instead, Lamar gets free throws.
And I think the reason they don't get it is because Lamar did do a good job of keeping his right arm down below the shoulder area. He may have pushed off, but it was low. And if you keep it low like that, you might get away with it, as Lamar just did. If you put that arm up, you're going to get called for an offensive foul. Good job by Lamar putting it in that left hand. Coaches right now.
So Lamar tries to salvage the second of the 2 free throws. And does exactly that. A little more than halfway through the fourth. And actually a little less than halfway through the fourth. George on his back. Instead, Lamar over Nowitzki. And Gasol trying to back tap it. Surprised Powell didn't go up against Devean George. Boy, 5:05 left. Games will make you crazy.
The decisions will make you crazy.
Nowitzki, little step back. How good is this guy? 98-94, 27.
Like I said, no 7-footer should be able to do that.
Lakers to tie it or take the lead. But they've come away empty. Now, Farmer down the middle. And he'll go to the line looking for the three-point play. Attack, yes.
I think he can do that. Not all the time, but he's got to really mix it up. And I think he's developing that. You know, we talked about him coming into tonight, 49% of his shot attempts were from behind the three-point line. Well, he's got the ability to really get to the basket and, more importantly, get to the mid-range. You know, get to the 10-foot mark and pull up, get that little baby jumper. Three-point opportunity coming for Jordan.
Give him 9 for the night. And the Lakers are down by 1, 98-97. Let's see if it continues. And now the switch. Gasol up against Nowitzki.
I think you got to make him a passer, though. Now you got to hustle back.
Throws on Terry. Got it anyway that time. A triple. Back to a 4-point bulge. 101-97. They've had a response each time, haven't they?
Absolutely. To make a real surge, they've had an answer.
Farmar blows past Nowitzki. And on the loose ball, Lamar comes up with it. He's fouled. Couple of free throws.
Well, he just wanted it more than the
And now a technical coming up. Headband thrown.
Why in the
by
world
Josh
would you do that
Howard
in a close game? You just don't do that in a close game.
I think his coach is letting him know.
I mean, yeah, you're upset at the call, but it's called self-constraint. You've got to have self-control. There's 4 minutes and 9 seconds to go. This can be a three-point play that would bring the Lakers to within 1 if Kobe converts to technical. Then, of course, Lamar has to make the 2 free throws on the shot.
The Lakers, as a group, 19 of 23 at the line.
Nowitzki, and if he's not going to guard Nowitzki, that means he's going to have to guard Devean George.
Lamar can't get 2. It's 1 of 2 once again. Waiting for the pick. He won't wait all the way for the pick. Slices home, and he can tie it at the stripe. Boy, the Lakers have had some breakdowns defensively, and that was the one for the Dallas Mavericks, wasn't it?
Well, considering that he traveled from midcourt with the basketball and gets a little bit of a brush on the high screen. And
Devean George with the foul. Cody gets a roll. It was short out of his hand. Nothing has come easy on this homestand.
This is the West. Seriously, I mean, the West is nothing comes easy in the West.
And Kobe ties it up. 101. Double. Yep.
That's a soft double.
He doesn't want to give it up, though.
Jason Terry shooting this one.
Got inside. Kobe's got the foul. Couple of free throws coming in for Jason Terry. This year alone, Lakers in overtime, 108-104. 102-100. As he gets the second, Lakers only down by 1.
Keep trying to get to number 24. That's where their comfort zone is.
Kobe setting up Lamar, going strong to the hole, flashes it home. First lead of the second half. 2:18 and counting, 103-102.
Well, you knew Lamar wasn't going to settle for a jumper. He's been... Gosh.
They're on their feet at table center. I don't blame them. Now Kobe sees a path all the way to the hole and blows the layup. He thought it was fouled. Other end, Jason Terry. Man, a couple of free throws coming up. Well, Kobe didn't get a whistle at the opposite end. He elected not to use the glass.
Did he leave it short? He's saying that Dirk hit him.
Yep.
And I think he just left it short there. He may have gotten hit early, but that's an and one if it's anything. Yeah, see, just a little bit short. You see Kobe do that.
Terry gives him the lead on the Farmar foul.
Now they can't wait so long during the shot clock, though. There's a minute and 30 plus to play.
Kobe's got Jason Kidd coming up with the steal on a lazy bounce. Bad time for a turnover. And Howard, it'll count if it goes, will shoot 2. Bad time for a turnover, and the Lakers haven't had many tonight, but that is their 10th, and an inopportune one.
That's the one that's going to bite them. The ball is the most important thing.
So the last 3 consecutive trips, it's been free throws for the Dallas Mavericks. They have found a way to get to the line. 105, 103. They have now taken 23. Lakers have 27 attempts.
And if they want to run their offense through number 24, then he's going to have to bring it up, because they're doing a good job of, once he gives it up, not letting him get it back easily. The last play is a good example of that, where they lazily throw the ball out there.
Against Jason Kidd. They haven't matched up all that often tonight. Lamar with Gasol. He'll take it himself. Beautiful show and go. 1-point game, 1:14 to play, and Lamar is going to season high 31.
And that's what happens when you double team high and leave the middle open. And you don't want to put that man at the line.
Nowitzki barging his way to a good look, and he blows there. Little floater. So they got the stop. Now, down by 1. Kobe trying to lose Kidd. High screen and roll again. Gasol and Lamar. It'll be Lamar. Right back to Pau Gasol. He'll go to the line. Look for the 3-point play. What passing?
Well, I talked about it earlier. When you've got 2 bigs that can pass the ball and are willing to pass the ball the way Lamar and Pau do, you're going to have some interesting situations in the paint. You double team Kobe up front. Look what it is. It becomes a 3-on-2. And Lamar to Pau. Pau gets pushed in the back. He gets the and 1. So a free throw here to see if he can give the Lakers a 2-point advantage. Devin and Eric Dampier. But with the Lakers shooting the free throw, they're going to be hard-pressed to go offense, defense. Now they call timeout. And you know what? I think that helps the Lakers, because now Phil Jackson has an opportunity to make a switch defensively as well and not have Pau necessarily have to guard a smaller player in the 3 line and not a 3-point play.
No cheap foul. Now Nowitzki inside the arc against Gasol. Loses the handle. Lakers come away with it. Kobe wants to pull it back out, and he will. Shot clock, game clock. 9 seconds separating the 2.
Yeah, now you just got to make sure you get to the rim yourself and get a free throw and make this a easier defensive assignment.
Kobe trying to lose Kidd all the way to the hole. He'll shoot 2. Fouled by Josh Howard. 17.8. He can make it a 2-possession game.
Yeah, 2 free throws here, and you can breathe a little easier. Just about had it drop.
First is perfect. 24, 10, and 6 assists for Kobe.
But Mark, don't kill the Wrigleys. Woo, he is chomping on it.
17.8 to play.
I like Mark, by the way.
We all do.
I do.
I mean, come on. He revived basketball in that city. You could have a section to yourself in the old building. And now it's one of the hottest tickets in Big D. 109-106. Matter at hand. Can Kobe make it a 2-possession game with 17.8 to play?
This is the one. Up, and...
Yes.
Good.
Timeout Dallas. 7-0 run Lakers over the last 54 seconds.
Well, I've always thought that good teams win close games, and the Lakers are showing that they may be maturing into a very good team. 3-point game.
And make them score. Don't give them. Shots at the free throw line. Jason Terry up against Gasol. Dampier in the follow. He'll get it. 9.9. Sasha fouled immediately. 9.5 to play. One of the better free throw shooters for the Lakers. Either Kobe, Sasha, Fish isn't on the floor. Kobe at 84%. Sasha trying to make it a 4-point lead. His first trip. No, he did have 1 on that 3-point field goal. And make it 2 now. You remember the 3 he caught? And a quick turn and shoot. It was a 4-point play. Takes his time and rattles it home. Timeout. Avery Johnson and Dallas. Their final timeout with 9.5 seconds left.
Wow. Everyone said it was going to go down to the wire. I didn't think they were right.
Now Howard will bring it in. It'll be Nowitzki. And a prayer is not answered. Lakers come from behind after trailing by as many as 14, 10 at the half, and beat the Dallas Mavericks to stay atop of the Pacific Division.
I tell you something, they should be proud of themselves. They did a very good job in the 4th quarter. When they needed to stop, they got them. They didn't get many, but when they needed them, they got them. And that last attempt by Dirk. Dirk, you got one of the sweetest shots, but that one was oogly.
Solid defense if they're late.
Well, I mean, they played extremely hard. I mean, they played with a sense of desperation. We know it's at stake for them. So, you know, it took us a little while to kind of get used to the speed and how their execution was going. But we made our adjustments.
I thought Lamar played a tremendous game tonight. Both ends of the court, he was grabbing rebounds, he was scoring. It took that type of effort to keep you guys in the game there for a while because Dallas, you mentioned, was playing well.
I mean, it was awesome. I mean, he played extremely well. I mean, he's being very aggressive. So now, you know, teams, they got to think about their coverages now. They want to come out and trap me now. You know, we got Powell back in the lineup. You got Lamar down there. Both of them playmakers. And it's tough for the defense to kind of key in.
Last question, San Antonio got throttled tonight in Utah. That means you guys move up a spot in the Western Conference standings.
You know how that stuff is, man. That stuff changes every single day. So it's important for us to keep plugging away and playing well.
So we appreciate the time.
You got it, man.
Win number 52 tonight for the Lakers, and it couldn't have come at a better time considering, as we mentioned, San Antonio losing in Salt Lake City.